What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, there's some news out of tragic news at that, out of Miami Beach, Florida, and it's involving two people. We don't know if they knew each other or didn't. The way it's explained, it was like two random strangers. This woman right here, Andrea Doria dos Passos, age 37, was beat to death by this man right here. This guy right here is Gregory Gilbert, age 53 years old. Now, the story doesn't say if they knew each other, but this guy right here, Gregory Gilbert, beat Miss Passos, who's a transgender woman, to death with a metal pipe on the stairs of the Miami City Ballet as she slept. How brutal is that? I told you before, there are psychopaths walking among us. And some people you know that have this trait. You never know what's going on in the wheelhouse of somebody else. But there are some people that need the wheels to be permanently turned off and not working at all. And I think this guy right here, Gregory Gilbert, when you see his criminal past, is one of them. Some people are oxygen thieves. And you'll see why I think he's one of them too. Take a look at this story, man.
A transgender woman badly beaten and killed in Miami Beach. The person believed to be responsible is now behind bars.
And tonight we're hearing from the victim's stepfather, who is skeptical over a possible motive for the crime. NBC6's Chris Hush is live outside the Miami-Dade Justice Building, where the suspect refused to appear in bond court today. Chris.
Right, and as of right now, Miami Beach police are not calling this a hate crime. Still, the details of this very brutal beating are very difficult to listen to. As a warning before you hear this, that suspect is now charged with murder.
I knew this one day this could happen.
Victor Van Gilst says the family is devastated over the loss of his stepdaughter, 37-year-old Andrea dos Passos. She was found beaten to death outside the Miami City Ballet in Miami Beach early Tuesday morning.
I do not know if Andrea had an interaction before with the suspect and it was a revenge case, or this was a total random act. I do know that she had no chance. She was sleeping.
Miami Beach police say surveillance video shows 53-year-old Gregory Fitzgerald Gilbert beat Dos Passos with a metal pipe while she slept on the ground. There was a puncture wound to her chest and two wooden sticks lodged in her nostrils, one of them exiting near her right eye.
He fled and put the pipe inside of a garbage can. That was a very key piece of evidence, because from that evidence we were able to collect it, get fingerprints, and immediately identify the subject.
Gilbert was found in Miami, where police say he was wearing blood-stained shoes and shorts. Although arrested, he refused to speak to detectives or appear in bond court.
He refused court, Your Honor.
There is no cute, flowered words for that besides disgusting.
Camille Lewis, executive director of the transgender advocacy group Color and Raw, says this is yet another alarming crime against a trans individual. Last year, at least 32 transgender people were killed nationwide, according to the Human Rights Campaign. However, Miami Beach police are not labeling this as a hate crime.
Each year the numbers increase, they never decrease.
I think that the system let her down. At this moment I also have the feeling that I let her down.
An emotional stepfather there, as you just heard. Now get this, Gilbert, the suspect, was actually just released from jail exactly 1 week ago, last Wednesday, and he was given 4 years felony probation for crimes including armed robbery and assault with a deadly weapon. A judge has ordered him to appear in court tomorrow. We, of course, will stay on the story and give you the very latest as those details develop. We're live in Miami. I'm Chris Hush, NBC6 News.
Guys, that's the tragic case of Andrea Doria dos Passos. May she or he rest in peace. I'm gonna tell you something. It doesn't matter how I feel. you feel or anybody else feels about somebody being trans or their sexual identity, right? They brought this up in the news because it makes a good headline. But either way, a person is dead. And nobody should, be victimized like that when they're minding their own business. Only a coward hits anybody in their sleep. That's why I give this guy right here, Gregory Gilbert, no respect. And he should be shown the flowers. That was a coward move. Now, I don't know if he was a homeless man himself, because they said this person, Andrea Passos, was homeless, and they slept on those steps every night. That was their sleeping spot. Various homeless people choose not to sleep in shelter, and they have little hideaways that they go and call their own at night when they feel safe enough to lay their heads. But for this guy to do this, and then, they said she was found by a security guard Tuesday morning, this past Tuesday, and who thought she was just sleeping. Said police said she was partially clothed and wrapped in a blood-soaked blanket. This guy right here, what he did was pure hate. And it's just my opinion. Not that the person was trans, it was just hatred. Hatred with something dealing within himself for him to do that. Think about it. He didn't just beat this person's brains out with a pipe. And I don't mean to be graphic, but on this channel, we're going to keep it real. He didn't beat the person's brains out. He also stuck sticks in the nose. So one of the sticks came out the eye of the person. And that make it make sense. Then he ran off and threw the stuff in the dumpster. Now I said a neighboring building, and a library close by had surveillance cameras, and that's how they saw the act and saw where he threw the pipe. He fled the scene. In addition to trauma to her head, like I said, and face, 2 wooden sticks were jammed up her nose. And she had a punctured wound to the chest, so he stabbed her too, I guess with sticks or whatever. But think about that. That's beyond overkill. The blows to the head with the pipe was enough to end the life of this person. And this guy went all the way in. And for what? You killed somebody that was sleeping on the ground. Now, I don't know if he thought it was a woman and figured he was going to attack, or he knew this person. Nobody knows. He ain't even talking. That's another thing I got a problem with the justice system. When you do something crazy like this and you leave some carnage out there for anybody to come across and be traumatized by it, you better have an answer coming out your mouth. Ain't no sitting up in jail. You ain't going to say nothing. Did you hear what they said? He refuses to come to court. He ain't got no right to refuse. You just killed somebody. Their family need answers. How is that possible that even happens nowadays? So you can go out here and just tear somebody's ass out the frame and then sit in the jail. So I ain't talking to the judge. I ain't doing this. I'll be goddamn. You going to say something today. Y'all agree or disagree with that? The hell you think you are? Now, they brought up some stats and all of that stuff about transgender folk. And I'm going to be honest with you. Nowadays, with murder running rampant, stats don't mean nothing because they're constantly changing. They constantly change. We are dealing with a new type of human being in this country. One that has no accountability, feels as though they have no accountability. They feel like they have some entitlement to do what they do. And everybody, no matter what they do, everybody else did something wrong to them. And everything, no matter how small or minuscule the situation is, results in a death penalty. Because that's how far you got to go to let somebody know you're mad at them or they pissed you off. This is the world we live in right now. We got people in the White House, powers that be, that's so concerned and sniffing asses of other countries out here and ignoring the needs of people in this country. Transgender people are not the only people being victimized. There are all other type of people being victimized in this country. And this is an unfortunate incident. And nobody, under no circumstances, deserves to die like that. That's a brutal death. Did you see her father? I failed. You know how powerless that man felt? To have that camera in his face, trying to hold back tears. You know how hard it is for a man to cry on camera? Come on, man. Come on. That's a hell of a way to go. Had a previous record. Just got out of jail last week after doing something brutal, similar to this. Beating somebody with a weapon again. But you let him out. So the father didn't fail. Justice system failed. There's a lot of people that should have been shown the flowers a long time ago. For real. This is tragic. It's heartbreaking too. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. May Andrea Doria dos Passos rest in peace.